Poop.
Hooray! Welcome to episode number 5 of the goddamn Metal Wolf.
If
It
you say
is.
so.
It is me saying so. That's what it is. If you're joining us right now, I'm sorry. Also, welcome. We're back again for the -3 people that are listening to us. I appreciate all of you, Mom.
For us listening to ourselves later on. Welcome.
Essentially, it's a good background thing to put on when I'm playing Legend of Zelda. So I'll be like, oh
If you
man,
say
I'm a
so.
real idiot listening to my own dumb opinions about metal. Like it makes me want to have that weird mental space where I debate myself, but I know that's not possible, so I just get disappointed.
Shut up, man. No, you shut up.
Damn it! No, you're in charge. I know you're in charge right now. Oh, why? Yeah, exactly. It's no good. I'm back from vacation. You guys wouldn't even know that it went anywhere because I went on vacation in between the time of 2 episodes. But I am
Uh-huh.
back. Yeah. So there you go. Can't have
Yeah,
retail
everything was
leaks.
really quiet when you were gone.
Yeah.
No one's stirring the pot and talking about stupid games and stupid music and just general stupid things.
It's a nice reference to our Discord channel there,
Yeah.
where apparently when I'm away, it becomes a fucking ghost town. So,
When Steve's away, no one plays.
yeah.
Because, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was all about. I was even, like logging into Discord on my phone and just being like, oh, I wonder what everybody's gonna say today, and nobody said
There
anything.
we go. Drop a link in the chat there
Hmm.
for no one watching.
There you go, nobody.
Bam. 2 people viewing. Go to the viewers list. It's just me.
Nah. Oh, I just had to see something kind of silly there. Um,
Yeah,
Twitter is a distracting thing. I should close it when we do the show. That
it
is
is.
that is a big lesson I need to learn. A hard
Should,
one.
but I won't.
Well, anyway, um, I haven't really listened to much new stuff. Um, that's how we usually start the show.
Yeah.
Is we talk about some of the new stuff we've been listening to, or whatever. And unfortunately, yeah, I haven't really checked anything new out because I was basically getting ready to go to Colorado. And you would think that I would have had the opportunity to check out some cool local record shops or go to
Nope.
a cool local show in Colorado.
Nope.
Nah, such was not the case. Um,
Nope.
yeah. So,
I
sad to
went through the hassle of finding you a place to go to, and your ass didn't go there.
yeah, I just didn't have
Dick.
time. I was busy visiting breweries and mountains and other
Well, yeah,
weird things.
that's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of good breweries out there.
Yeah, it was cool.
A lot
It
of
was
good
a good
mountains out
time.
there.
There, yeah, there's a lot of good notable mountains. Like some good loyal mountains you could trust, mountains you can really, put your faith in.
Some good ass John Denver mountains.
Yeah, the music video mountains, picturesque, the real deal. Um, yeah, it was cool, but I am back. Yeah, not much for me to report on in terms of like anything new I've been listening to. The funniest thing is, it's like, when I got back, I've been jamming stuff that I feel like I didn't listen to enough when I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been listening to Holy War, um, and Revenant. Um, so that's Thy Art is Murder, and Thy Art is Murder did Holy War, and then In Fairy, the Revenant, which both of those, I feel like I got both those records in the mail and then had other stuff to check out and kind of got distracted, etc., etc.
Good old life.
Yeah, and now it's like, okay, I have some downtime, I'm gonna jam that stuff a little bit more. And Alter Beast, Feast. It's a really good record by Altered Beast, not Altered Beast, like the Genesis game.
I
Just
didn't like that
Altered
game.
Beast. Yeah, it's okay. It's a good record. The last half of it, I feel like gets very like almost fantasy power metal sounding in parts. Um,
Okay.
but the first half of it is like just straight up tech death. Um, it's really good. So those are like the three things I've been listening to again slash more slash this last week. And then been listening to a lot of like non-metal stuff, which I won't really get into.
You can't talk about it on the show.
Yeah, I don't, and I
Save that for
don't
your
really
spin-off.
want to, because most of it's just like old, boring stuff. So, meh, whatever.
Yeah.
How about yourself? Jammed anything new?
I keep coming back to Revenant. Still just don't. It's not clicking yet, but you never know. Might happen.
Oh, in Fairy?
Yeah. Um, Monotheist Scourge has really clicked with me. I listened to that probably 15 times in the last week.
It's a good
Just
one.
like the entirety of it. Yeah.
It's as soon as you figure it out.
The head scratcher.
Yeah, like, but once you figure it out, like, I was when you were like, I don't really dig the first song. I was like, that was when you were first listening to the record,
Mhm.
and I'm like, watch, just wait.
Yeah, I really dig like the Mark of the Beast 1 and 2 parts. Story being told in there. That's just really cool. Kind of has like the late game Doom feel to it, where they're talking about the Doom Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, I got like some heavy vibes from that. Um, Still kicking Inanimate Existence.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Spun that a couple times on Friday. Both albums underneath the melting sky and a never-ending cycle of atonement. Because I had the day off on Friday because I spent 6 hours at a grocery store on Sunday.
Well, that's
So
bogus.
4-day weekend for me. And trying to listen to a little more Meshuggah after
Oh,
the discussion last week.
about I.
Not so much that one, just like Obzin and some stuff from Nothing.
How's that going?
It's going.
Yeah.
I recognized Rational Gaze off of Nothing from one of the MTV2 Headbangers Ball albums I picked up a long time ago.
Oh,
Like that
yeah.
kicked in, and I was just like, "Wait a minute, this sounds familiar."
Yeah, that's
This is
right.
definitely good album to check
Pinfield
out.
was a Meshuggah fan.
Yeah,
God,
that
I
was like
forget
one of the
about
only reasons to watch MTV back in like the early 2000s was like they'd put MTV2 Headbangers Ball on at like 2 in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah, man, that takes me back. That's how
Yeah.
I first heard about Poison the Well.
Okay.
Oddly enough, was from that fucking show. It was it was like really early on. It was some guitarist that they were interviewing from some other band, and they were like, "What's some shit you like right now?" And he was like, "Oh, really listening to Poison the Well." He's like, "They put out this record called Opposite of December," and yeah,
Right on.
put me onto those dudes pretty hard. Um, yeah, man, I miss that show.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
pretty
the
great.
idea of it. I don't miss the actual show because I know they tried to
Right.
bring it back and it was kind of terrible. But
Yeah. I tried maybe 2 or 3 times to listen to The Unquestionable Truth by Limp Bizkit, and just couldn't bring myself to push play.
All right.
I looked at it a couple times and was just like, do I really want to? Do I really want to experience this?
You should.
Or should I just leave this go?
I'm telling you, it's a lot better than it has any right to be. That's why you should do it to yourself, and then you'll feel really dumb when you bob your head, and you're like, "What the fuck am I listening to?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, the first time, you'll be like, no, 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 stop, stop. What am I doing? It's all true. It's not terrible. That's the shitty thing. That's like the shittiest thing about it is how unshitty it is. There's levels of shittiness that you expect with Limp Bizkit, and it doesn't hit all those shit marks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I just couldn't get into it. Didn't go down that rabbit hole.
I understand.
Yep. Just a bunch of monotheists and the other ones I talked about.
Word. If I may suggest a band you should probably try to get into again, Revocation. Give those dudes a shot again. They're very fucking
Don't
good.
think I've gone back to them yet. Where would you recommend starting?
Um, I don't know.
Got an album.
Death,
They've got an album like every year.
Existence is futile. Their
Good name.
self-titled is really good, which I still need to pick up on vinyl. I have Existence is Futile, Deathless, and Great is Our Sin.
All right, I'll throw that in a playlist to jam out tomorrow.
Great is Our Sin is baller. I really like that record. Same with Deathless. Um, Existence is Futile is like it's not as mature, but it's because it's 3 records back. It's still
Right.
very good.
Yeah, it's like first album they put out.
I think it's like their second, maybe even
Oh,
their
okay, well,
third. They're a busy band.
okay, what's the first one they have on Spotify?
I don't know.
No, I'm saying it is
Oh,
the
it
first
is?
one they
Oh,
have.
all right, word. I think, yeah, after that is self-titled, and then
Mhm.
um, Deathless, I think, and then Great is Our Sin. Could be getting that completely
Interesting.
wrong. As per the usual.
I mean, it shows Existence is Futile being 2009, self-titled is 2013. So I don't know.
And then Deathless, I think, is after self-titled, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then Great is Our Sin. For sure is after Deathless. So, yeah.
And they've got stuff on Bandcamp, so that will be nice.
Hella cool band. Their live performance is amazing. Just fucking dope all around. I can't recommend
Yeah,
them
it's
enough.
nice to have like a band that can fucking shred like live and on album.
Yeah, they're super dope.
All too frequently, it's album's great, the performances are garbage.
I have one of their hoodies. I should probably buy a shirt or two.
Mm.
Yeah.
Speaking of shirts, so I was gonna pick up a Rivers of Nile shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and of course I sent the email in asking for sizing charts on Thursday night.
Right.
Well, Indie Merch Store was closed Friday, and of course closed Monday for the store for the holiday, and the shirt's sold out now.
Nah.
So, unless I want to squeeze my ass into a medium, it ain't gonna happen.
Bogus.
So, I guess I'll look around. Maybe their official site has something, or I can find it somewhere else. But through Indie Merch Store, it is gone. And it was pretty dope too. I'll see if I can pull it up and I'll show you which one it was.
Yeah, which one were you gonna grab?
So many fucking emails. Can I find it? It was one of the Owl shirts, one of the newer ones they've put out. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. It was going to be the shirt. But alas, it is sold out.
Let me see. Did you drop it in the Metal Wolf chat? Are you?
Dropped in the Twitch chat.
Oh, all right. Let me go
You
over
know,
there.
user engagement
Yeah, that's the thing.
or viewer engagement, whatever.
That's right. Okay, for sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, that one.
I
Yeah, that
mean,
one's pretty cool.
this one's almost as cool and is still in stock.
I wanted to get that one. The owl holding like the owl wizard or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it hits home with me because you know the wizard shit. I like playing warlocks and in those kind of games, and just like the green, the font that messes with the orb is pretty cool.
I like how they're just going full owl. They're like
Yeah.
owls on everything, dude. Put an owl on it. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I
Man,
will say this real quick. So far, Revocation Existence is Futile is pretty good.
they're a great band. You should
Yeah.
listen to them more. That is in order.
Homework.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, that's kind of it for me on the new music front. I haven't really listened to anything new. I would say that, like, there's a lot of stuff to go back to and check out again. And one thing I was really trying to, debate about checking out again was, you're gonna laugh, was the new Veil of Maya, just because they're on Summer Slaughter.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just
it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
it's not great. And I listened to
Like,
a few songs, and it just wasn't clicking for me.
that's fine.
Yeah, and it's like I was trying to be much more open-minded about it again, because it's like I I have Matriarch. I really like Matriarch. I really love everything before Matriarch a lot, but finding that
Yeah.
stuff on vinyl is super tough.
Yeah, that
Uh,
one didn't click with me.
Matriarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the records before too, I think, are way more indicative of the band that I like. Um, but I understand and accept that they're never gonna make that kind of music again, like
Right.
ever. Um, I just think it blows, because there's so much good shit from that period of time, and they didn't sound like anybody else. I think with the clean singing, they've definitely taken a step, much more pronounced step to trying to be a mainstream or a more mainstream band.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just, to me, makes them sound more ordinary and less unique.
Yeah,
Um,
it does sound a little samey to some other stuff I've listened to.
yeah, and I get it that that's gonna probably be better for them, and be a more secure bet in terms of like generating an audience and generating ticket sales, et cetera, et cetera. But meh, for me, it's just not really what I want to hear. Especially when I was trying to think about it, I'm like, dude, if Veil of Maya from pre Matriarch days was playing on Summer Slaughter, I don't think anyone would bat an eyelash.
Right.
Because it's much more, I think, in line with what people expect from that tour. But that's just not what they're doing anymore. I don't know. What else I did want to talk about, because I just saw them in March, was the whole Rings of Saturn drama, to do a little
Oh yeah, that madness.
transition, yeah, into the news. Um, it has been crazy, to say the least, to see how many people have come and gone in that band. Um, but holy shit, dude. Yeah, their guitarist and their drummer have split. And when
Yeah, I
I
heard about the
saw,
guitarist. I didn't see the drummer part.
yeah, when I saw them live, it was only like the three people on stage, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't,
Hmm.
I don't even know. Maybe it was the two guitar players, and I have no fucking clue, dude. Like whatever. Whoever was up there is not who's gonna be up there next time they play.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes that happens.
it's just been madness, complete madness. I don't I don't know. If you're a Rings of Saturn fan, I don't think that like their music is gonna be affected because I
Mhm.
think most of it is written by like the one dude. I think it's mostly written by Lucas.
Oh my god.
Um, but there also seems to be some dispute about that because like the other dudes who just left uh, were upset that they didn't get more songwriting credits. So that was like the whole reason they bailed.
So, taking a bit of a sidestep, but still somewhat related. So I went to their Facebook page, and the other day, I guess they posted a video of this kid, um, KMac 2021, who does really, 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 really bad guitar covers
Yeah,
of songs.
they're
Like I
they're
don't think the kid's
straight
ever played a
terrible.
guitar. Yeah, but he's covering the Thomas the Tank Engine theme song in the form of like Rings of Saturn.
Having never played it before. All right, here we go. We'll
Yes.
probably not get in trouble for playing this, so bear with us. Here's the audio of whatever this garbage is. That's not half bad.
I don't know the Thomas the Tank theme song, but I can only imagine it sounds real dumb with Rings of Saturn stuff behind it.
I wish you guys could see the expressions on his face. It's amazing. You know what? It's yeah. He nailed it. He
I
com-
think they found a new guitarist.
yeah, he nailed what their playing style is like.
What the hell is on his shirt? Does this
100%.
shirt say Will Smith Engage?
I think it does.
Yes, it does. Oh my god.
Wow. Can't even.
I no.
It's pretty brilliant. My
That's kind of
favorite
that's the
are
coolest and dumbest thing ever.
my favorite are the things where he tries to play solos, having like never ever played them before in his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty great. The one where he tries to play Van Halen without
Yeah.
actually learning the song.
Tries playing Eruption.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty good. He did what the other one was
Damn it.
um, the solo from Fire in the Flames by Dragon Force without
Reading
actually
the solo,
learning
the
it.
whole fucking song is a solo.
It's like I said, it's like worse than the song in a way that makes it better than the song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how he pulled it off. But yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
Uh, yep. That's certainly something. Oh, I see how it is.
Oh,
Back
he has a
home.
thing called How to Write a Tool Song. I'm gonna check that out off stream.
Guys think they're so cool putting a freaking clear texture over top of the picture so I can't take a screenshot of it. Well, guess what? The fucking sniffing tool.
Okay, here
Bam,
we
now
go.
what?
Here's a solo from Fire in the Flames without him actually learning it. This is, yeah. Like I said, it's so bad that it eclipses the actual solo
Are
in a
you
weird way
are
that I
you
can't even
serious?
describe. Huh?
Are you not allowed to put links in the in the channel?
I think I am. I don't think I try. Here. Oh,
Nope, that doesn't work.
yeah. I guess I can't. Whatever. Who cares?
I shared it. It's fine.
Oh wow, there's a new Black Dahlia murder shirt. It's pretty amazing. It's got zombie boobs on it.
All right.
Yeah. Can never go
Well, I was
wrong
gonna
with
make you.
zombie boobs.
Yeah, I guess so. I was gonna make
Mm.
you a moderator, but I can't do that apparently.
Mm. It happens, man.
But yeah, I pasted the link.
Whatever, man. I'm not
So
that.
yeah, Rings of Saturn slowly collapsing. They say they will continue. We'll see how far that goes.
I don't really think it's gonna go that far. Honestly, or if it does, like I don't know. I'm really kind of skeptical about the future of that band in general, just after having seen them play live, and then hearing all this, it's like starting to paint a picture of a band that's just kind of having all these fucking issues. Um, Especially because, like I said, when they performed and I saw them live, like
Hmm.
they just didn't really seem into it. Something wasn't gelling. And now, looking back, it's like, oh, okay, I guess some stuff was going on. And then
Which
that
makes sense.
tension, yeah, that tension manifests in two dudes fucking leaving. So I don't know. I think that there are, probably some diehard people out there who really love Rings of Saturn and don't want to see anything like that happen. Don't want to see the band split up. But reconfiguring that many times typically has not left bands in good shape. There's the rare exceptions like Norma Jean and Black Dahlia Murder who have gone through a lot of lineup changes, um,
Hmm.
but are kind of chill.
Yeah.
Norma Jean is the biggest example. There are no original members left in that band. I know, I know, I know, I
Wow.
know, I know. And the only thing is that it's weird because in a weird way there sort of are, because Norma Jean was had has always had a shit ton of different people playing with them or learning their songs or playing live with them or
Right.
filling in if somebody dropped off a tour. Like the drummer from Every Time I Die
Uh huh.
is their drummer right now because
All right.
their drummer took off, but he's the former drummer for Every Time I Die. I'm not making this up. And then the drummer who
Huh.
was playing for Every Time I Die was the former drummer for Norma Jean.
Weird.
Right. So it's like everything went back to normal. But in the news, it's Every Time I Die drummer to join Norma Jean. It's like Norma Jean drummer to rejoin Norma Jean. It's kind of really what that is. like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, there. I don't know that Rings of Saturn will stay the same or will keep making the same music or survive that many lineup changes. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll be you know, another band to add to that pantheon of bands that has changed fucking people a million times, but is still okay. Because the
Yeah.
singer is not even the original singer. They've
Okay.
yeah they've had different singer. Let me you know what? Let me 100% confirm that. But I'm pretty sure that um,
No. Ian's from 2012 and up.
right. Yeah, if you look at the list of former members of the band, um, it's pretty
Jesus.
ridiculous. It's pretty insane. It's how many people now? One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Dude, come on now. When
Yeah.
16 people have been in your band and have split, like, that's a
Yeah, and a lot
lot.
of them in like a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean,
Like they went through a fuckload of bassists in the 2011 to 2013 time frame.
yeah, because no one was sticking around. I mean, I don't know what is going on, with the fact that they can't seem to hold anyone down. Um, like I said, obviously, you can look at the timelines and it's Lucas's band. Like that becomes painfully obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah.
it's interesting that the guitar player that they're getting used to be in the band like in their early days. So yeah,
Yeah.
2010,
We'll see.
2014.
I'd like to see more stuff from them. I enjoy it. It's really weird and it's that's what I can say.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if you're looking at everything, um, yeah, it's just always been Lucas's band. Huh. Interesting. It's so
Yeah.
crazy to just look at their timeline and be like, oh, okay. Hmm. In in other stupid news, um, the guitarist. Speaking of guitarists of noteworthy fame, the guitarist for the prolific band Anal Cunt passed away over the extended weekend from fucking around on an escalator
Darwin's law took effect.
and yeah, kind of, and
Fucking
cracking
idiot.
his head on a table in a food court, which is like, simultaneously the worst thing I've ever heard, but also in a weird way, I was
Fitting.
kind of like, yeah, I was like, I mean, if there was any way for the fucking guy from Anal Cunt to, I don't know. I just feel like
I saw the article for that pop up, and I was like, that can't be right. That's not their name, and it is.
it really is. No, that's their name, bro.
More power to them.
Yeah, I mean, not anymore.
Yeah.
Right, like, I don't know. Um, it's just one of those things where you're just kind of like, well, Godspeed, wherever you're going now.
Yep.
I got nothing really else to say. It was just, like I said, I feel like I'm not even making this up. If he would have gotten to write the headline for his own obit,
Hmm.
he would have probably put dumb cunt dies. Dumb cunt from anal cunt dies. Like, I
Maybe put
don't think.
aside a lot of money to get a tombstone person to put that together.
Yeah, like trust me, knowing it, the few things I do about that band and the personalities behind it, I don't think he would have cared much. He fucking, obviously he was like 40 something years old.
45.
Yeah, 45, and he's fucking around on an escalator in such a way that he completely put himself like in the position where he could fall off of it and literally die. So that tells you a lot about like the decision making capabilities
Yeah.
of that human being in general.
Dude's pants must have gotten stuck in the friggin' steps or something.
I have no idea, dude. I don't, there's times where people tell you about things and you have a lot more questions, and then there are times where you have none because you don't want to know.
You just go, right.
Yep. That's one of those where I'm like, cool, that's enough for me. The little bit of information that I've received about The proceedings here are plenty. I just fucking have no words, you know.
Yeah, that's what you get for horsing around on an escalator at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I just feel like too, like that's in the category of shit your mom told you like years ago. You know, like don't be fucking around on an escalator, you jackass.
Yeah,
You'll die.
dude,
And
my pants got caught in the escalator one time, and it ripped a good chunk of my like the bottom of my pants off.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean those were pretty ragged pants anyways, but still, like the
Nah, I don't
fact that
give a
that got
shit, dude.
caught and I had to like rip it off
Yeah, that's scary,
before it
bro.
started like taking my pants with it.
Fuck that, man. Like that's a nightmare scenario for an
Yeah,
escalator for me.
that's some that's some Freddy Krueger shit right there.
Yeah, where the fucking escalator's literally ripping your pants off,
Yeah,
and you have seconds to get rid of those shits or be shredded up underneath the thing. Like, that's terrible.
and run into the closest store and buy a pair of pants.
Fuck that, man. I wouldn't even do that either. I'm so fucking cheap. I'd just be walking around in my underwears. People would be like, "What happened?" I'd be like, "Fuck you, man. Like my pants got ripped off by a
Escalator.
crazy escalator. You can't come in here with no pants." I'd be like, "Then go take it up with the escalator, man."
Yeah, don't go to the east side escalator. It's a madman.
It's a fucking mess over there right now, bro.
Guys all hopped up.
Wow. Well,
Yeah, a lot of dumb stuff in the news this week.
I was gonna say, speaking
Guys,
of escalators.
okay.
No, go on.
Now, um, so that guy fell off an escalator and died. Some dude got kicked out of a Slayer show and tried to swim back in.
Yeah, I saw that. That guy's my hero. That guy is
Yeah.
my personal all-time hero. You know, he was just like, "Hey, the rules, those are stupid, bro. That's why I broke them."
Scotty Ian has a photo of the dude swimming in. And he's just like fan of the tour right here.
Mm-hmm.
Dude swimming in like freezing water.
I know, and I guess they had to like treat him for hypothermia.
Yeah.
So
He
they
still
took him
missed
into
the
like,
show.
yeah, the sick tent, and they're like, "Oh, well, looks like you kind of almost froze yourself to death, idiot."
Huh. That show's coming to a venue nearby in a couple days.
The Anthrax Slayer tour.
Yeah.
Mm.
Slayer's farewell tour.
It's not sold out in your town.
I don't know. I just see that's coming nearby.
I would
Knowing
be,
how that go, but just worth mentioning.
I would be plenty surprised if that's not sold out.
Well, let's find out.
It's
I'm
Slayer.
pretty sure
How
all the
could it
tickets
not
sold
be?
out for that in like moments.
Yeah, dude. Power Trip sold out here.
Yep, sold out.
Yeah, dude. Come on. Come on now. That's the Slayer. Kids want to see the Slayer. Doom Slayer.
Well, it's weird. It's just sold out, but yet there's still tickets available.
Yeah. It's kind of witchery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of escalators, it is the final and last week for the best of them all.
Yeah, that's a good segue right there that I fucked up earlier.
That's all right. I'll let you have it. So, Mr. Tulso, if you would be so kind, please recap what the fuck we've been doing, why we care, what we're doing today, why it's all ending. We finally
Well,
have sweet release from this cursed fucking gimmick we came up with.
so when we started the show, we were like, we need to have a theme, maybe a month-to-month thing, maybe an all-encompassing, ever-evolving theme. And we decided that, hey, May, we could talk about mall music or mallcore music, the kind of stuff you'd find in a Hot Topic, whether that's the music, the clothing, the makeup, whatever. Um, and we like alliteration, so mallcore May is what we've been doing the last couple weeks. and we decided to do best and worst of each year, a couple years at a time, and then kind of stretching it out near the end. And then we realized that there's 5 weeks in May, and we only counted for 4. So this is what we're doing this week. We're doing the best and worst of all of it.
Yeah, and to recap, Mallcore is stuff between the years of 2000 and 2006.
Right.
So I think 2005 was our cutoff.
Yeah.
Because 2006 is the year of metalcore.
Yeah. You
So
start seeing a lot of that pop up.
yeah, once '06 kicks in, I mean 2005 we were looking at, and it was already pretty fucking metalcore e. So let me recap that and make sure. Yeah, that's where we were at, was 2005. And what did I pick for 2005?
Let's find out.
I'm looking at the
I
list
think
here.
you went with Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yeah.
I think you went with
Yes,
the
yeah,
Unquestionable
because it's
Truth Part 1.
unquestionable. Yeah. Okay, yep, I completely remember now. Yes, I did. Okay.
What the hell did I pick? I can't remember that one.
See, this would have been pertinent to write all that down.
Yeah, well, maybe next year.
Eh.
I don't remember what I picked last year or for last year. Nothing's really sticking out to me. It's not a great year.
So I know the year before that, it was Volume 3 for me.
And same as here.
Let's see, 2003 in heavy metal music. Hmm.
Hmm.
It was definitely not Corn.
No.
Let me see. I think, is this one of the years I had a tough time with?
Yeah, 2003 looks like a lot of bad music. Maybe Chimera.
Yeah, I think
That one's sticking out because I clicked on that one.
it
Or
may
that
have
might have been
been.
mine.
That has to be what I picked. I'm
Mm-hmm.
fairly sure. And then I mean, if not, who knows? All right, let's go back to
2002.
2002.
2002 was certainly Untouchables for me. From Korn.
Bless the Martyr and Kiss the Child, I
Yeah, I
think.
was say I had to have been Norma Jean.
Yeah, I think I did Norma Jean. All right, so let's go back one more year. I already know what my worst of all time is. I already know. And it doesn't, I mean, it's not going to
I have a
surprise
couple
me.
maybe for you that I can think of.
No, I already know. 2001. Oh, Iowa.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, for sure.
No question about that.
100%. All right. Well, now that I've seen all the years and all the glory of before has to offer. I think it's safe to fucking choose. I think it's got to be between Iowa and Volume 3 for best of all time.
Yeah, I could see that. I'd probably lean towards Iowa because that was the first one I like really dug.
Yeah, and I
Volume 3
think
took a little while to grow.
I also think Iowa is a little bit crazier,
Oh yeah,
weirder.
a lot more
Um,
bombastic.
yeah, for sure. Um, that'd be my pick, I think, for best of all time. It's either that or, if I had to go back farther, to be honest, it kind of bums me out that LD50 wasn't released later than I thought it was. Um,
Yes, 2000.
yeah, uh, that I think is still a bizarrely good album.
Oh yeah,
Um, there's so much going on, and I can listen to it all these years later, and it's still really good and doesn't sound like anything else.
yeah.
So I don't really know what happened to that band. I think maybe they got really popular really fast. They were again kind of in that weird twilight of record sales and CD sales and all that, and then going into the digital era. And I think there was a lot of people trying to do business the old way with them, and it didn't really work out. They should have just kind of gone more in the direction of like Periphery or something, and just done their own shit and
Yeah.
got away from a label, if anything. But I don't know. Um, for sure
I don't know.
though.
Maybe you can blame some of it on the formation of Hell Yeah.
No, I think that just came as like an answer to the fact that Mudvayne just wasn't really working anymore.
Okay.
Hell Yeah just seemed like this weird, like all of a sudden he wanted to be this like country boner, and it's like cool. I don't really know what to make of that. He was like wearing cowboy hats and
Mm-hmm.
all that goofy shit for a minute, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
bye
I've done some
bye.
reading on that, and it seems like they started like way before, you know, Mudvayne released Lost and Found. So maybe the idea of kicking around for that may have kind of opened up the idea of something a little softer, and then Lost and Found came around. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna mix this two things together.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I think their second major album probably gave them a little bit of insight into like, because they just had this thing where each album after LD50 sold less and less
Mm-hmm.
and less
Yeah.
and less. So it literally was just this diminishing return, and a predictable diminishing return, which is kind of sad,
Yeah.
But the fucking thing is it was like I would listen to their new records and there'd be like one or two songs where you would hear them for a second, like almost recapture that like aggression, energy, like all that shit, and it just didn't seem to stick around. There's one.
Yeah. Like, see,
Go.
even end of all things to comes is still a little bit subdued compared to LD50.
Oh, completely, 100%.
I still think that's a great album, but it's not. It doesn't
Yeah,
have the same energy and same vibe as LD50, and it
no,
certainly points towards what Lost and Found became.
right. And I mean, the thing is it's like there's this weird thing with like those new metal bands where
Mm-hmm.
with each record after like their first one, they got like softer and softer.
Yeah, they're not so angry anymore.
Yeah, which is a strange thing because in like death
Patch things up
metal,
with their dads.
yeah, death metal is like completely opposite. Where like the
Yeah.
more time that goes on with the death metal band, like the crazier and crazier they seem to get. Um, which is just like it's such a fascinating thing to watch that where like the whole idea in death metal is like to up the ante every single time.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, okay, last
Yeah,
time,
that last album was shit. This one's even better.
yeah, right, exactly. And be faster, more precise, like have more
Mm-hmm.
solos and more this and more that. And
More
new metal,
saxophone.
yeah, you fuck yeah, more saxophone, all the saxophone. New metal was like completely anti, like anti-death metal in a lot of different ways. You know, there were
Yeah.
no solos for a lot of those artists. It was rapping. Um, you know, very simple and tight riffs where it's just kind of like, you know, a few chords repeated over and over and over, and you're just building song, verse, chorus, song, you know, verse,
Yeah.
chorus, breakdown, verse, chorus, breakdown, whatever. Um,
A lot of parental issues.
sure. But there's one song in particular from Mudvayne, like in their later kind of period, called Pushing Through,
Hmm.
and it's
Yep.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I saw the video for that, and that's what sold me on getting Lost and Found.
yeah, and then the rest of the record's like,
Yeah.
okay. And I feel like that's just kind of where they ended up. And then, you know, oddly enough, since we're, you know, talking about them as being like having the best of all time, I think Slipknot is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you have these bands that are not death metal. They're not, you know, 100% like in that world. They're pulling elements from heavy music.
Oh,
Um,
certainly.
yeah, and they're heavy bands. You know, but like at this point too, I would even hesitate to call Slipknot heavy metal. You know,
No.
I think they're hard rock.
Yeah, certainly.
You know, it's they're not metal. Um, you know, and I think that there's other bands, you know, out there that like I think even Slipknot would agree at this point. I think that they wouldn't even like to be called metal anymore. I think they would just like to be called music.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, those kinds of bands, they like to experiment, and that's why they ended up blending all these different things, and they don't like to be held into like one genre or the other, and they don't see it as a detriment, you know, necessarily that they're getting softer, you know, as us metalheads would say. You
Yeah,
know,
they're blending more and making it more uh what do I want to say?
melodic,
Yeah, a little more melodic, a little more layered.
right? To them, they see that as a benefit, and
Yeah.
cool. You
It's
know,
evolution.
yeah, I'm not in your band. I don't have to, you know, depend on any of the changes that you make to, you know, provide me an income. So whatever, if it works out for you, neat. But
Yeah.
as, you know, just the person who listens to music, there's less and less in that stuff for me. Like the more a band goes down that kind of a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I think with Mudvayne and some of these other guys, you know, they're finding that out. Slipknot, you know, is still kind of big, but I don't know how much longer that's even gonna last because it's like,
Yeah. I think they said their newest one is, or their next album that they put out is probably going to be the last. At least that's what Clown was saying.
yeah, I mean, I get it. And again, I don't think like, you know, if you're Corey Taylor, right, or you're Jim Root, or you're any of these guys who are, you know, really critical to writing the music,
Hmm.
and you're looking at, you know, shit like Inferi, Inanimate Existence, you know, Virvam, all these other bands, you're just kind of like, well, I guess I'll just fucking go home. You know, because like
Yeah,
they're,
the kids are here.
dude, all things considered, Slipknot is a very talented band. They're super cool. They can,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, write really awesome music, but I don't know that in terms of, you know, heavy and cutting edge, that they are at that intersection anymore. You know,
No.
because there are other people that are pushing the boundaries of heavy music way beyond anything that they have ever written. Um, so I don't know. The worst for me is pretty easy. It's fucking chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water by goddamn Limp Biscuit. It's the fucking stupidest shit ever of all fucking time. A fucking big, huge second place and honorable mention for all time for every fucking thing that Papa Roach did in that time period. Literally everything.
It's Papa Roach in quotations.
Just fucking Papa Roach in general. Like they don't like I don't even want to in fact they're the worst. They're the worst of Mallcore period. I'm not even going to nominate them for the worst album. I'm just nominating them for the worst. They're just the worst. They're the worst. They are the worst. I don't think you should listen to them, enjoy them, support them, be friends with people who do any of those things. You should literally like get legal documents to separate yourself from people if they,
Divorce
fall
your
under.
friends from
Yeah,
comrades.
divorce your friends, divorce your family, get emancipated if your parents listen to that garbage. Just don't do it, not even once. It's not good for you. It's not good for anybody. They suck. I'm not a fan. I fucking hope that one day Jacoby Shaddix hears everything that I've had to say about his band and my opinion of it and why I think that they're just the absolute worst. There's just not a legitimate molecule in that entire band. Not one. If you're literally making that music and you're 100% earnest about it, get help. Fucking I don't fucking know what to say, dude. Like
Jesus.
Jesus, man. Yeah, it's just never again. Not ever. So that
Um.
yeah. Go ahead.
So on terms of the best, I think I'll probably stick. I'll probably it's a very very close, if not a tie, for Iowa and uh, probably Untouchables, Corn.
All right.
Um, and then somewhat sticking with what you said in terms of the worst. I'm not going to encompass everything from Papa Roach because I do enjoy some of it, you know,
Oh boy.
from time to time.
Uh-huh.
But like their album in 2002, Love Hate Tragedy, is like the
Oh,
absolute
don't.
fucking
Yeah,
worst of it all.
I was trying to sneak in a bite of oatmeal. While you were doing that, I was like, oh, we gotta say things. Damn it, dude.
Like
It's the
nothing on that album
worst.
has any merit whatsoever.
Getting Away with Murder, isn't that the song that's on that?
No, that's on the next album.
Oh god.
That
What's on Love Hate?
The notable tracks are Time and Time Again and She Loves Me Not.
Oh god. What's the first
Yeah.
song on Love Hate Tragedy?
M80.
Yeah, no thanks. All right. There was one before that one too. What was the record before Love Hate Tragedy?
Infest. That's the one with
Okay.
Last Resort and
Oh
Broken
no.
Home.
Okay, so what's the one after Love Hate Tragedy?
Oh Jesus Christ.
I
The one
know.
after Love Hate Tragedy is Getting Away with Murder. That's the one with well, Getting Away with Murder.
Uh-huh. And then
Scars
uh-huh.
and that's all I can think of for that album.
There's some other ones. Hold on. I got to see. I got to see this. We got to look up the roachography. God damn, dude. Why am I doing this to myself? They've put out so many albums. It's terrible.
Yeah.
The Paramore Sessions, Metamorphosis. What is this? What? Dude.
Let's just hold it at that.
Hold on. No, Love Hate Tragedy. There was some other song that they did that was like a bunch of things, and I don't remember what it was, but it was terrible. Whatever. I say that like that means anything when. I mean, just look at the cover for Metamorphosis. God, dude. How do you take a picture like that? And then you're like, you're trying to be you're 100% serious and be like this tough band. And then like
Oh, I imagine there's a lot of makeup.
your album cover looks like the end of the Breakfast Club when he's jumping in the air and freeze framing. It's just like, no, dude.
Yeah.
God.
And the scenes their haircut.
Dude, yeah. All right. Well, thank fuck that's over with. Jesus Christ.
Until next year.
Until fucking next year when we won't do this again. We'll do something else for May. We just won't do these stupid gimmicks ever again after June.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything for July because I feel dumb that we already made the commitment for June when it's just like this was torment. This was nothing but torment. So for
Well, maybe,
June, I don't even know what the years would be. I don't think we're gonna do it based on a year system. Just every week for 4 weeks, we'll talk about a different gent record.
there you go. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I
Sounds a
can.
little less torturous.
I have four I can talk about for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'll do some research.
two of them will probably end up being Meshuggah.
Yeah. Gotta get your chugga chuggas with Machuga.
Or three. I don't know. Like the whole month just ends up being Meshuggah. Just like so, more about Meshuggah this week.
A band with no J's in their name. It's Meshuggah June.
There you go. Maybe that'll be next May. Meshuggah May. Anyways,
There you go.
well, everybody, thank you for hanging out for another thrilling episode of Metal Wolf with myself
Of our stupidity.
and Mr. Tolso.
Yep.
We will join you guys next week at the same bat time, same bat channel, and hopefully you haven't died of dysentery. Catch you later, everybody. Oh,
Take it easy.
Mr. Tolso, you want to take everyone out with all the requisite information?
I'm throwing it in the fucking chat.
There you go. All right, everyone.
Twitter.com/megawolfpack/Tulsanator and /Rage of the Mage. Hit us up on there. And just for good measures, here's the Discord once again. Come talk to us. Tell us we're stupid.
Catch you guys on the flip side.
Peace.